So this video is going to be an overview of how we're going to take our economically disadvantaged information from our calculators completed by each campus and have that information entered into teams so that we can be accurate and efficient. So first I want to thank everybody for all of their hard work on gathering the information for those students that enrolled via paper and entering that information into your campus calculators. So again, a lot of you have been working with this spreadsheet. You had campus information provided to you. And I just want to show you kind of the overview of what's taken place so far. So you can see right now 93% of our students' information have been entered into these spreadsheets. As a district right now, we're just over 82% qualifications for free and reduced lunch, which is great. If this trend continues through our last few kids that are being entered, we probably are going to project at 85 to 87% economically disadvantaged as a district. You can see on each one of these campuses, we can see your level of completion. So again, thank you for all of y'all that have worked so hard to get that information entered. I hope it was more efficient and provided you an easier way to gather that information. And I hope that this next step in the process will also be a bit easier as we move through that for the first time this year. So I'm going to show you an example of Cesar Chavez. Cesar Chavez completed all of their information for Miss Mary Wall. Thank you very much. She was one of the first to be 100% completed. You can see actually here this overview screen if you're interested in what it says. She completed 211 entries that were manual based on students that registered by paper for a total of 919 students on this report. As a campus, they are at 93.8% economically disadvantaged based on our local income survey. So you can see here 862 students qualified, 57 did not. We also have information about the ones that selected SNAP or TANF. So you can see that 137 students selected SNAP, while 9 selected TANF as qualifiers. These could be in the same student as well, but again, that automatically qualifies them for the Direct Cert program, and you're going to see these students and several others on our indicator 1 that comes directly from CNS and the state download. So again, your manual calculators, once you enter this information, if you click on your campus page, what you should have now is a full alphabetical listing of your students, and every student should have an indicator in this column H. That should be a 99 or a 0. 99 for qualified, 0 for did not qualify. If a student is missing that indicator, you can either contact us or check to see if it is a no under the enrollment online. If it is a no, that means there should be a paper-based form where you might be tracking down that last couple forms. And you're also going to have some of those forms come in throughout the remainder of the year as we move to snapshots. So we know some of these numbers will change, and some of you have already had several students come or go based off this list as well. But you should have a full listing of all the indicators based on this list, and that's what we're going to start entering into Teams as a jump start on this process. So what we're going to do is we're going to log into Teams, and I'm going to take you through several pieces. But ultimately, we're going to be working in the disadvantaged, the maintain or the student economic disadvantaged entry point. So student economic disadvantaged search. And this is where we'll be entering this information. If you do not have access to an entry point that I show in the video, please let me know, and I'm working with Vicki Payne and technology to ensure you have all the accesses you need. So just as an overview of the process, basically what we'll be doing is pulling a list of your students alphabetically. I'm going to show you how we're going to create a filter which will allow you to pull all your enrolled students on the campus. And this is a process where it would be great to have 2 screens, or at very least if someone else can loan you a laptop that you can work on 2 computers, that would be very helpful as well, because what you would be able to do then at that point is pull out on one screen or one computer Teams, and on the other your calculator with your complete list of students alphabetically. And what you're going to see is that these 2 lists should match pretty closely. Now they're not going to be perfect. There's going to be students that have come or gone since the time we started this spreadsheet, and some of those will get you out of order, so you can't just go one-to-one. You'll want to always make sure that you're working with the correct student. But what we should be able to do is we're going to show you how we're going to select a student and start alphabetically. We're going to start from the top, and how we're going to enter their information for EcoDis Indicator 2. We're only going to work in EcoDis Indicator 2. We will not touch Indicator 1. Indicator 1 again comes from the CNS file. That file is loaded monthly, so anything we put here could be overwritten. We want to make all of our coding in Economic Disadvantage Indicator 2. So we can see here this is Hadara Acevedo. We can see the ID. You notice again on our spreadsheet she matches the first student, which is awesome. You can see I've actually already gone in on Hadara and entered her information here. You can see I set an effective date of the first day of school. The previous line was from the 2019 fiscal year, so she did not have an EcoDis Indicator 1 entered this year. Otherwise, this would have been a 2019 value for 7-1. So that's why I went in, and basically what I did is I created a new line with her where I set the start date of this school year, 8/20/2019, Economic Disadvantage Indicator of a 99. And all we'll be entering in ours is either a 0 or a 99. We won't be using any of the other two codes that are in there. And then once you have that in, you click Add, and it places it into their maintenance screen. If you hit this N, it's for the next student. P is for previous. And what we're hoping is that when you hit Next, that this is Sylvia Adame, and you can check the local ID, and if you notice on our spreadsheet, it's the second student there. Again, on this student, you see that on 7/1 of 2019, the CNS file loaded in 03, which means they were actually denied services through Direct Cert, so they did not qualify for SNAP or TANF or any of the other qualifications possible for a Direct Cert. But you notice in the Indicator 2, we've already entered a 99 for this student. Again, if you look at the calculator, the 99 for Economic Disadvantage Indicator 2, we show in the calculator in column H. And so that's already been entered, but you notice that we entered it with the Economically Disadvantaged Indicator 1 on 7/1/2019. We did not actually make a new line for this. So what we did here is we clicked on the entry for 2020 that was already there on 7/1/2019. We selected it, and we added it into EcoDis 2. Again, we're only working in Economically Disadvantaged Indicator 2. And we clicked Add, and it added it to that line. We do not add a separate line outside of the Indicator 1. We only want to put it on the same line, not build a new line on this particular student. Click Next again. You'll see we can run through the list. Here's our next student, and it does match our spreadsheet again. Again, you see on this student, this is a great example. Qualified by Direct Cert on 7/1/2019. This is entered by the system, wasn't entered by us. But you can see we don't have a local indicator in Indicator 2. If we go to our spreadsheet, we see that this student qualifies with a 99. So what I would do again is select this last line. I'm going to place a 99 in our Economic Disadvantage Indicator 2, and we're going to add. Basically what we should see at the end of this process is every student will have an Indicator 2, whether it's qualified with a 99 or did not qualify as a 0. So let me take you through the start of this process and how we build our queries to hopefully make this process pretty simple. So from your home page, you're going to go to the entry point, My Query Builder. In My Query Builder, we're going to be making a student search profile. And so this is a filter profile that's a little bit different process. So what I want you to do is we're going to hunt for a table that starts with the letter V. So you're going to hit V underscore, which is the shift minus key. You're going to do student underscore enrollment. And as you start to type that, you should be able to find that table. This is the one we're looking for. It's called V underscore student enrollment. So this view has all of your currently enrolled students on the campus, and actually it will show enrollments from previous fiscal years as well. So we're going to put in one set of conditions for this table, and that way you can pull a list of all your students currently enrolled on campus. So we're going to click this column, and we're going to do student enrolled fiscal year. We're going to go over here to operator, and we're going to set it to equals. And in value, we're going to type 2020. We're going to click insert, and you should see that populate here in this field. And now you're going to name this. You can name it anything you want to. Maybe you do EcoDis profile. You're going to select this box that says filter profile. It's going to bring you a few additional selections you can make. You're going to select this box right here for ignore filter profile max rows, and that's the only thing we have to do on this. And now you're going to click save profile. If you want to see what this does, if you click execute, you'll see for me, I just pulled all enrolled students for the entire district. These are ones that have enrolled and withdrawn in the 2020 school year or fiscal year. And so you see we've had 15,431 students. Of that, about 14,900 are still currently enrolled. We've had about 500 withdraw already throughout the various campuses. For you, this should be based on your campus, so you should see a list of all of your students that have enrolled and withdrawn during the 2020 school year. So again, if you look at that information, we did V underscore student underscore enrollment. We added a column of student fiscal year equals 2020. We did insert, and we saved our profile, and then we executed. More importantly, now that we have a profile, we've set as a filter profile, you're now going to find the entry point active profile filter. Here you're going to drop down and find the profile that you just generated, and you're going to click add. Once you've added that, we're now ready to go in and begin searching for our students in our disadvantaged indicator screen. So we'll type in disadvantage, and it's maintain economic or student economic disadvantage search. Once you're here now, you select your campus. You select the fiscal year for 2020. And now for search by, you're going to click filter students. We're not going to include past year, and we're going to include all in the search, not just the enrolled. And you click search. If the filter worked correctly, what you should see now is a list of all of your students for the campus. And again, this is alphabetical, just like your calculator. So hopefully, when we're working through this process, it should be pretty close to one-to-one. So as you're going through the students, it should make it very simple to enter your indicators one by one. So you're going to go up and select your first student. And again, you can see here the last indicator line. We've already entered here. To go to the next student, just hit the N or the next option. And we'll go down and we'll look for one where we haven't entered. We've entered this one. You can see our 99. And you can see our date here, the 2019. 7/1/2019 is going to be the most common date you see. Those are all the ones that were on the direct cert. Here's our next student. You can see again here, 7/1/2019, this child qualified based on the direct certification. This is Caden Atkinson. If we come over to our file in our calculator, you can see Caden also qualified locally with a 99. So again, we're going to go to this last line. We're going to select it. Pulls that information up. We're going to add a 99 here and click add. And you can see now on that line, instead of just the 1 in indicator 1, we now have a 99 in indicator 2 as well. That way, if they go back and rerun this file, which runs every month, and for some reason Caden were not to qualify based on the direct cert profile, that number would change, but we still have our local indicator in place. Again, at this point, you click next, always checking to make sure you're on the same student. Mr. Aguado qualifies here locally, and you can see here again, this one qualifies locally. And so what I'm going to go in is I'm actually going to remove this line. That was the 820. Because on 7/1, the direct cert file showed that they were denied. I want to work on that same line. I'm going to go in there, select that line. I'm going to put a 99, add, and I've added it to the line for the 2020 fiscal year. Click next. 7/1/2019. This one's already been done. Adam Aguilar, and again, you can see here it's matching pretty close to our spreadsheet. You will want to again make sure that you're on the right student, and you're just going to work through this process for all the students on the campus. I will send some step instructions with this as well, but of course, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us in the PEIMS office. We're here to help you through this process. And again, to get an accurate number on our economic disadvantage indicators, we understand the importance of that. And so if you have any questions from your campus leadership, anything they want to know about the process, please don't hesitate to send them to me, patrick.upmore@wacoisd.org. I'll be happy to answer any questions that they have. Thank you and have a great day.